G'day all. Welcome to another episode. This one, we're finally going to get the boat wiring finished off. So, as you know, I got a new switch panel yesterday, but unfortunately, I didn't plan for it. So we've got to change a few things and do a few things. It's a bit of a pain in the ass on my behalf. Not much we can do about it. I never planned on putting a new switch panel in, but I thought, why not? Needs a bit more of a modern look, I thought. So don't mind me. We're going to get warm. Got the fire on. I'm going to stoke this bad boy up. This is the new switch panel from Chris. Basically the same as the old one, just different switches. So we've got dual USB and dual volts. It's all, I think it's laser cut. Yeah, it is laser cut. All wired up. So there's a few things we need to do. I'm going to make one earth for the whole lot. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to have to sit here and bridge them all. I'm going to make one earth. So that's going to take a bit of time in itself. So I'll crank the fire up. I'm going to sit on the floor here, sort my tools out because it's raining and wet outside. Yeah, this is my job for the next couple of days, and I'll take you along and then we'll go through it at the end and show you what I've done. I'll probably just put this on a little time lapse and I'll sit here and do it, but you don't want to see me pissing around all day. So yeah, I'll put it on a time lapse and you can follow along that way. So as you can see, I'm just kind of winging it. I've never done anything like this before. So what I've done is I'll bridge each earth. So it's just going to be time consuming. And then I'll solder them all, strip them, heat shrink each one. Then I'll go one to there, then one to there, then back across, then one to there. I think that's right. I'm not sure. But from what I've read, one earth is fine as long as they're all individually fused. So we'll just do it that way. Well, it wasn't as painful as I thought. I wished I left them all full length. They would have looked neater. But I'm not a Sparky. Pretty happy. Now just got to figure out what they do. Put the heat shrink on without burning the whole show. And cut it and make it fit. So I'm going to get warm by the fire because it's bloody cold outside, and I might do this after lunch. Got a few things to do and set a few things up. But when I cut it all in, I'll take you along. So I've got the new switch panel in, but I didn't want to bore you in with the cutting the holes and all that kind of stuff. I'd pull the steering wheel off and make the hole bigger switch panel. This is the old one, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. It was fine. I just decided it was time for I think it gives it a cleaner look. So I didn't want to bore you with a lot of basically me scratching my head. There was a lot of that because I bought the new switch panel. Obviously I had to change a few things, and there's nothing worse, I don't think, than watching a video and someone's sitting there going, and I hate videos where people basically try construction. It's kind of boring. So I didn't want to bore you with it. But what I did So the boat's always had solar on the roof. So obviously with the shed, solar didn't work. So what I ended up doing is yesterday we went to just trusty old Kings, and I bought the cheapest solar panel I could get my hands on and mounted it to the roof of the shade shed. It's only facing the afternoon sun, which is no big deal. But what I might do at a later date is get another one and bridge them and have one morning sun and one afternoon sun. But it's only to run a fridge, and it'll get 90% of the afternoon sun. So yeah, I've always got the fridge on. I don't know why. Just if you can, I guess why not. And all I did is I just a couple of fittings. You just got to swap it when you go fishing, obviously, or remember to. A few things I haven't done because I've run out of parts and whatnot. Haven't run the aerial. There's a few switches that I haven't done and shit like that, just because I need a few things. You can't see. Obviously because I need a few things, but no one in Bunbury had what I wanted. After a lot of searching yesterday, couldn't find what I wanted, so I ended up giving up. So when I fly next time, I'll head back to the 12-volt shop. I mean, they've got everything. Any cable, any size cable, any fittings, any lug nuts. So I've written a list of what I need to finish it. And that's about it. I'm 90% happy how it all turned out. Obviously there's going to be, for the electricians that are probably going to watch and go, fuck, that's horrible looking. I think it's as best as I can do. Like I said, I'm not a sparky or an electrician or fucking anything. I'm nothing. Just a Joe Blow with half an idea. But some people have asked, was it easy? Basically, if you can read a diagram, it's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. Does help having an understanding of what you need and what you... Most diagrams will tell you the cable and stuff you need. There is things trying to work out voltage drop and all that kind of stuff. If you have too big a cable, you're going to get voltage. If you're too small a cable, all that kind of stuff. Does help. I reckon having quality tools, that's a big one. Something I'd invest in if I was someone that's going to run out there and do this. I'm not saying you have to buy Snap-on, but I bought this. Everything's just fucking falling on the floor now. Now it is really wanky. Probe tester. So it'll test everything from current, amps, voltage. Tell you how much volts are in there. It'll tell you how much current's going through it. It'll do 12, it'll do 24. And I've had that for years and it's been a godsend. Did take a bit to work out how to use it. Obviously it does. But the new switch panel is worth its weight in gold. The reason why that these aren't connected is because I need some more, like I said, I need some more wires so I can run more power wise. So each of these are individually powered except for those two and then probably those two. Both sounders are individually powered, both fridges are individually powered. Then we've got two spares. I don't know whatever we're going to use them for, but I'll probably just, don't know. We've got dual USB, but I probably won't use that because it's actually Used it before and I ended up breaking cords. So I'm probably going to put, you can't see, dark as hell, my fault. Probably going to put a USB at the top there and use that. Now I've lost my torch. If you can see there, I'll probably end up putting a USB there or something where you charge your phone, and I can charge my camera gear, and not that I ever seem to catch anything when I turn my camera gear on. But that's another one. It's been that long since I've used it. We've got wasp growing. I'll have to get rid of them. But we'll jump in here and have a little look-see. Oh, it's tight. Like I said, there's a few things I haven't finished just because I've run out of parts, and the back of the switch panel, I've got no idea how to neaten it up. I'm going to try. I'm going to go back to cutting all the zip ties off and then joining them all together. But for someone that's never done a job to this caliber, I'm going to say I'm pretty happy. Actually, I'm going to say I'm really happy. So, I guess there it is. I don't know, can you see? Hang on. Okay, you can see pretty good. As you can see, that's pretty... Unfortunately, it's pretty messy. I wished I heat shrinked all the wires, the whole lot, before I did it, and then I only had the end sticking out. I think it would have looked a lot neater. And I definitely could have made the earth wire, because it's one earth. I definitely could have made the earth wire a bit neater. But, like I said, for someone that's never done this before, I'm pretty happy. I will conduit things like this, and these bits. Along with all this, I'll conduit all this and use P-clamps, bigger P-clamps, to just use bigger conduit. I am going to put in deck lights. How bad can you see? Do I look like a ghost? Cabin lights. Got to put in everything that I wished I'd done from the start. Yeah. Like I said, a few things to finish off because I couldn't get what I wanted. Definitely needs a little bit more tidying up. But for someone that's never done it before, it works, it functions. I've had it on for 3 days now, and nothing has caught fire or blown up or got hot or popped a fuse. So that's a win. And I guess only time will tell as well. But I followed everything to the manufacturer's spec of what they recommended. Run cable size, fuses. I've run everything like they said. And I probably went a bit overkill where giving everything its own fuse and its own power and earth. Probably didn't need to do that. But at least I can go, okay, it stopped. And then everything will be marked via this. But stupid me, I had it all marked for the first one, changed the switch panel, and then it wasn't done. So I had basically everything that I've written there. A few things are right, but the rest of it's got to change. Cost. So I spent, I think, $1,300 on accessories, probably a bit more. $1,400, including the switch panel. So wire, switch panel, the fuses, everything, and don't forget, I ended up replacing everything from the stern to the bow. Couple of things I haven't replaced down the back, just the dual battery thing, but I'm going to replace the whole dual battery and run its own house battery, I think. The batteries are separated for one and two, and you can join them. So the fridge runs off one battery, then you can start on one battery, but then you can join two to start them. So I shouldn't need anything there. But yeah, like I said, there's lots of things that I didn't know. But whatever. Everything is, glued heat shrink. I bought tons of stuff. Yeah, glued heat shrink, tinned wire. So like I said, it cost about $1,400 in parts. And what did it cost? I stopped counting. There was the odd hour here and there. But I'm going to say it probably took me 4 days. On and off, whatever. I don't need the boat, so it wasn't really a big thing. Yeah. Like I said, I'm very happy. I'm pretty ecstatic, actually. Like, I've never done anything to this magnitude. And it's given me a whole new appreciation for time, value for money, and make sure you're getting what you pay for. If that guy that's on here that did it, Jackson, mate, you really need to go back to trade school and learn a thing or two, I think. What you did was appalling on a $100,000 boat. Preschool could have done that. I think my niece could have done a better job. I've done a better job. I don't like the switch panel, how I've done the back of that, but I don't really know what else to do without pulling it all apart and heat shrinking it, like I said. Yeah. Definitely what I've got out of this is make sure you get what you pay for. As soon as they're done, have a look. If you're not happy, question them. And I didn't. I was away at work when most of this was done. And it worked for the first couple of years, and then it just started to fucking clap out. So that was the biggest thing. Unreliable. You go fishing, put whatever amount of fuel in, buy some bait, buy some snacks and beers. You have to buy $10 worth of fuses. It was just unreliable. And I found out why. Everything was just run off one power source and they were bridged. And it was just a shoddy job that, he should be fucking appalled with for someone that calls himself a tradesman. But anyway, I'm not going to go on about it too much because it annoys me. And I've got to get out of here because I can only sit here for so long. But it's done. Well, it's 90% done. I know how everything works. I know every part to it now that I can go, okay, this is wrong with it. Bam. Done. Lots of things to tidy up and whatever else. There you go. I'm not going to go on too much more because I'm starting to dribble. But it's done. I'm happy. Roll on the truck so we can use the bloody thing. By the time the truck comes, the fucking demersal ban will be in and we won't be able to fish. Whatever. Anyway, there you have it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learnt something. If you didn't learn anything, whatever. If you liked what you see, make sure you subscribe. I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.